Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people. This is the BF Weevil Custom, and I'm about to find out if it'll off-road. Also, happy Halloween. There may or may not be a few low-effort tricks or treats, jump scares throughout the video. I don't know yet. I haven't finished editing at the point I'm doing this. They might be there, they might not. It all depends on how well they come together. It's just a warning, you know, there may be random things that happen. And you're thinking, you know, how's the BF Weevil Halloween? Well, I mean, it's not. I guess you can make the evil one, you know, with the skull on it. But it was the car that Rockstar chose to release for the Halloween weekend. So it seemed like a good car to do, since it was the only one from Criminal Enterprises that we had available. I was really hoping, it's active now at the time that I'm recording this, like the really weird lighting effects that are in game, the Halloween weather they call it. I had really hoped that they would start it a little earlier so we could record at least one car with that going, but alas, it wasn't to be, and production schedules being what they are, we didn't have time to wait till the Friday that they came out. This car, by the way, and the next one, both do fit the Halloween theme really well, because they were both nightmares. Absolute nightmares to get up the mountain. There are so many issues. You saw the flip that this one did. I don't know what it is about the Weevil, or the Weevil Custom, but the front end just behaves very weird on the bumps. Like, you'll see several times where it's almost like it's trying to do a wheelie or something. I don't really know. And it really struggles to be able to have that place and where the rear wheels will get traction. It was a big struggle, and every single bush stops me dead in my tracks. And then it spins out, and I start going the wrong direction, and this was just a challenge to get up the mountain. I made reference to it in my video on Friday in the customization for this, and yeah, you don't want to drive this up the mountain. I mean, obviously, you know, for Will It Off-Road, we're going to keep going and determine will it off-road, yes or no, but this was just such a pain. Like I said, an absolute nightmare, but I love this. See, there we go. And once again, got hit. And it's not the people behind me. It's not their fault that they're hitting me. This car just stops absolutely dead. And when it's like whatever tire hits the bush, the car just turns that direction. It's just done. Probably more severe reaction to the bushes and the foliage than any car in recent memory. It was, yeah, like I said, nightmare. But it was still a lot of fun, and during our recording time, we did get to see the I don't know, the driverless car. You know, we all refer to her as Christine, because that's pretty clearly what it's supposed to be, the red tornado that bursts into flames and tries to kill you. We did get to see that car twice. And that's in the behind-the-scenes version of this week's Will It Off-Road that's available to channel supporters. You can get access to that ad-free, less edited video that features our Discord chat instead of my voiceover by becoming a YouTube member, Patreon supporter, or a Twitch subscriber. All three of those, if you have your respective service linked to Discord, will get you access to the supporters channel on the Vainglorious Discord server. We are finally up 3 minutes, almost 34 seconds, so will it off-road? I mean, it made it to the top. By the way, I asked everybody to dress up in costumes for this video. The next car we didn't do it because I didn't know that it was going to be going live on Halloween. But still, I'm really appreciative that everybody played along. I just put it in Discord. I'm like, hey guys, everybody dressed up in costumes, and everybody dressed up in costumes. It was great. It was pretty fantastic. Donkey changed into some weird outfit. I forget what it was supposed to be, but he had this really cool Stuart Little outfit for a while that looked really well. I don't even know what my character's supposed to be. Some zombie military commando guy with fashion sense. I don't know. So, the Weevil, in terms of overall, out of 358 vehicles as of this video, Comes in 257th. So, yeah, not exactly the best performance. It is down with some slower cars. It is 0.07 seconds slower than a Yosemite, also in the muscles class. And 0.3 of a second faster than a Fudo. In muscles, excuse me, out of the 40 that we've tested, as my voice just decides to go mid-sentence there. Out of 40 muscle cars that we have tested up and down the mountain. Oh my god, this car. It is 29th, so it didn't do so hot in the muscles. Again, 0.07 seconds slower than the Yosemite. 1.3 seconds faster than the Vapid Blade. In terms of criminal enterprises, it is 14th out of the 15 that we have tested. It is 4.47, so basically 4.5 seconds slower. Oh, I got hiker. Than the Blista Conjo SJ. It's not a Blista, it's Dinka Conjo SJ. There we go, that's what it's called. And it is, okay, this is good. It is 1 minute 28.73 seconds faster than the Postlude. So, you know, the Weevils kind of thank all saints for the Postlude. It did start raining on the way down, but it doesn't matter as much in the descents if it's raining. The main one that we always wait for dry weather for is the Ascent. Because it's best just to have consistent conditions if we're going to test these cars and rank them. But coming down, I do put the numbers in the spreadsheet, which, by the way, there is a spreadsheet of all 358 cars. And I've even started breaking them down by DLC. So you can go and look at the DLC, and that will continue to expand as I have time to work on it. That the different cars will be in their own respective DLC, in addition to the by class and by overall. We are down 2 minutes 44, basically 45 seconds. Hobo landed on a Declasse over there. Nice. So we're back at the top of the mountain. The cargo bob's supposed to be Kirby, apparently. I guess. But we're on our way down, and this thing, yeah. Hobo gets a pretty good launch, though. He gets really far ahead of everybody. Like, he's way up there. You can see his shadow. I think that was him. I don't know. There he is. There he is. Blue, in the Blue Beetle. But yeah, we do keep a database of, or not a database, but a spreadsheet of all the time, so you can see where they are, and you can look at that by class, by overall performance, and soon-ish by all the various different DLCs, at least in the cars that we've tested. I mean, there's probably 250, 300 cars in GTA that we still haven't run up the mountain. I mean, how many cars are there total in GTA Online? And subtract 358 from that number, and that tells you how many we haven't tested. I have well over 100 vehicles in my garages between my two characters that we've never taken up and down the mountain. So there's the potential there to maybe grab some favorites, some things it's like, I can't believe we never tested that, and maybe do a different series of kind of the World Off-Road Forgotten Cars thing, or Overlooked Cars, I don't know what to really call it, but my hood seems to want to stay open, and the car seem to want to just go backwards. Kind of frustrating, but a lot of fun things have happened in this video that would qualify for Little Off-Road Bingo, so you should be playing. Link in the description down below. Click on that link, and then when you get there, click Generate a New Card, and then tap and click on the things that happen as they happen in the video. And if you get bingo, well then, put it in the comments down below. You'll get some free candy corn if you get bingo. Unless you hate candy corn, and then I'll just eat it for you. I hate candy corn too. It's pretty nasty. I really don't. It's just corn syrup. Solidified corn syrup. I mean, ugh. Anyway, damage. I forgot even what the time was on the damage ascent. But damage is rear windows, right door, the hood, and the left door won't close. And of course, we will take a look at our support vehicles. It seems that Hobo has been kidnapped. That's always a fun time. And Donkey turned into a dog. Lewis Peyote up on the mountain. And we had to wait for him. That's why it's so much darker. But that brings us to our next vehicle. The Declasse Mariachi Tornado. Yes, and you might be thinking, what? Why? Well, it never got tested. I've owned this forever. Got it to spawn up on the mountain where the little movie scene is taking place. It looks like a movie scene. It's inspired by a movie. And the thing's always been pretty terrible. You couldn't really do any upgrades for it at all, including armor. So I just never tested it because the risk of going boom on a damaged Ascent was very, very high. So it just kind of sat in my garage, ignored when it comes to World Off-Road. But then the update came out that allowed us to modify pretty much any vehicle in the adventure. And I don't know if it was an oversight on Rockstar's part that they unlocked all the upgrades for cars that previously didn't have them, or if they really intended to do it that way. Because you still can't upgrade these in LSC other than like insurance and I think maybe tires. Maybe I could be wrong on that. But it's been a while since I've driven this thing to an LSC. But it gets performance upgrades now, which means it also gets armor upgrades, which means I'm more willing to drive it up the mountain. But it is a Tornado. And yeah, these things are available in off-road races. I don't really know why, because as you can see, not the best at the hill climb. It does, you know, do fairly well in the dirt, but I think that's just because it doesn't have enough speed to really highlight any deficiencies. Yeah, I can't imagine that it's anything else. But this thing too was a nightmare to get up the mountain. Therefore, it qualifies for a Halloween video. Nightmares. Yes, that is my stretch that I am reaching for. And we're gonna go with it. Ooh, I got a hiker. Ooh, I almost carried that one along with me too. I mean, the hikers need to stay off our mountain. They absolutely need to stay off our mountain. By the way, and I mentioned Discord earlier, but I didn't talk about the fact that you can join us for the recording Moving Off-Road. If you play on PC and you remember the Vainglorious Discord, there's a role that you can be pinged for when it's time to record Will It Off-Road, and you can jump in voice chat with us, join us here on the mountain, and enjoy the shenanigans and, you know, even be heard in the behind-the-scenes videos that channel supporters get to watch, you know, all 3 of them. And by the way, if you're looking for a channel to support, I'd really appreciate it. I could use the help. Channel support's down right now, way down, as is ad revenue. So it's been a rough month, October. Hopefully November and December will be a little bit better. Usually they are for gaming channels because there's a lot getting advertised for gaming, but we'll see. Hopefully it's better. But if you become a channel member, there's perks other than just behind the scenes videos. You get special roles. You get donkey timed out. You get well, you can go to Patreon. You can go to the YouTube member section, and it has all the perks detailed right there. I can't think of them all off the top of my head. And some of them include social media follows and some other things like that. But I really don't remember what they all are because, you know. So you would think that we're near the top of the mountain, so this must be about to be over. But nope, for some reason, I don't know, maybe the guitar has offset the center of gravity. I know that's not true, but it just, it wasn't having it. I thought it would be able to do this, but nah, it can't. So we're going to have to do what we call the granny run, which is go down the side a little ways and get some speed up for it, and I couldn't quite get turned around here. At least I wasn't confident there, and that's why, because the wheels started spinning. I wasn't confident that I was going to be able to get turned around safely without falling off the mountain. So I went a little further down where it's a little wider, and of course then, you know, had a boulder in my way. By the way, Hobo is quite nimble in the adventure. I gotta hand it to him. He's managed to... That big old whale of an airplane, he's managed to like keep it like right there the whole time, just like watching. It's kind of impressive. But we are finally up with the Tornado. 4 minutes, basically 23 seconds. So we'll hit off-road again. Technically, yeah, because it made it to the top, but you don't ever want to do it. This was not enjoyable. It was such a struggle. And going down, not much better, because this thing doesn't have the best brakes. So it was a little bit terrifying. Not gonna lie, there were several times I was pretty sure I was going completely off the mountain. I don't know. For all I know, I may have. It's been like 3 weeks since we recorded this car. In terms of how the Tornado or the Mariachi Tornado stacks up against everything else, out of 358, it is 307th. Yeah, only 51 cars did worse. It is 0.87 seconds slower than a Moonbeam Custom. However, it is 2.75 seconds faster, and this surprised me, than a Lurcher. Oh dear, I almost went off the edge there. I don't know, I remember the Lurcher doing better than that, but I guess not. In terms of sports classics, out of the 27 we have tested, it is 27th, dead last. It is right there at the bottom. Coming in 11.92 seconds slower than a Peyote. It's kind of embarrassing. It struggled. It struggled, and it's still struggling. And even to get down the mountain, it was not pleasant. It was not pleasant. By the way, if there have been jump scares in the video, and again, I don't know if they're going to work out the way I want them to, so I may just not even include them in the final video, and you may be like, what jump scares, Brendan? If they scared you, and you're sensitive to that kind of thing, I'm sorry, but I did warn you at the beginning. I did warn you, and they're all totally low effort, just nonsense, just random stuff not related to the videos, what I have planned. But, I don't know if they've happened or not. It's just the way video editing goes. I'm recording the voiceover before I finish the final edit. And it's the final edit where they'll go in, if they go in. They'll go in, but if they don't work the way I want them to, if they don't look the way I want them to, I'll take them out. Because I'm picky. If I can't get a video to be the way I want it to be, like, whether it's because I lack the assets or resources or because I lack the skill, I just won't do it. I don't know. It's just, that's my standard. If it's not good enough, then it doesn't get to exist. Wow, Hobo, what are you doing? And then now I've suddenly got a stupid DeLorean in front of me. I hate that car, by the way, the Deluxo. Such a stupid car. Okay, that's one way to take out a hiker. And then Charlie hit the other one and threw her at me. Wow. And now I'm getting hit by somebody, I don't even know who, I think it was Donkey. I think he got back in for the damage to say it. I'm not 100% certain, or the control descent, sorry. Yeah, I was wishful thinking that this is almost done, but nope. Charlie nudged me just a bit in one of our only reverse finishes down, basically 3 minutes flat. A little close to 3:01, but we're going to pretend. By the way, you can do the junk parachute jump from right here today, apparently. It's not there now. Somebody nudged me. That's naughty. They know better. Was that Hobo? I think that's Hobo. Hobo knows better. Yeah, here we go. Charlie's car is already pretty battered. I'm just rolling on top of everybody. Something just came off front of my car. I think it was the front bumper. This thing's already taken a beating. I mean, look at the damage on the trunk. Well, if we can see the trunk. We can't quite really see the trunk at the moment. But the front end's pretty beat up, too. You know, this is one of the older cars, so it definitely has a good damage model, which I like it when they have damage models. You can actually, you know, get a sense that the car's been banged up other than just a few little scratches and tiny little wavy bits in the paint. Rockstar needs to get with it when it comes to damage models. I mean, obviously, they can't do, like, you know, Wreckfest or BMG, because those games are all about, you know, pretty much the damage, the physics of the car. And that doesn't leave a whole lot of, you know, processing and GPU power for the rest of GTA if they were to have that realistic of a damage model. But I would like them to have something a little bit better. I mean, I remember, what was it? Was it San Andreas? Maybe it was GTA 4. Just, I don't know. It just seemed a little more realistic when you got into a fender bender with the cars. Who is that? Oh, Azan's upside down in... And I'm thinking, at this point, Charlie was on fire? I'm not sure how it happened. I guess he just took a lot of damage, but I think Charlie was... I think that's this video. That Charlie was, like, on fire but continued driving. despite being on fire. And if I remember right, that doesn't end well. Yeah, okay, it was definitely is this video. Didn't really end all that well for Charlie. I went over his flaming carcass there, and this thing, even down here in the bumpy, muddy bits, is just horrible. Absolutely horrible. By the way, I really like Hobo's Tornado. I think it looks fantastic. No way this was ever gonna get over the wood pile. I don't know why I even tried. Everybody's knocking into me. Which, you know, it's the damage Ascent. What do you expect? It happens. We're finally down. Finally. 2 minutes. 29 seconds. Let's take a look at the damage on the Mariachi Tornado. All of the windows and lights are gone. Front and rear bumpers. The hood is missing. The right door is missing. Has severe body damage. There was a little bit of an engine rattle. So there is engine damage and very bent wheels, especially that front right one. And there are the support vehicles that accompany me up and back down the mountain. And Charlie's looks surprisingly clean, though. It looks like maybe it's about to blow up again, so who knows. Anyways, that's going to do it for World Off-Road number 188. We'll be back when we have 2 more cars to record. And until then, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.